Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we read between the lines of corporate filings to uncover the real story behind the numbers. And today we have a bit of a curveball from Bit Digital Incorporated. It seems like they are gearing up for some big changes, and we are going to decode what that really means for investors and the company itself. So buckle up because this might be a wild ride, and if you appreciate getting straight, unvarnished insights from these dense SEC documents, be sure to subscribe. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord where we break down these filings even further. So definitely join us there, the link is in the description. So what is happening here is that Bit Digital Incorporated is filing a Form 8K, which is a report for current events, that most investors are required to consider. This is your typical quarterly earnings report, but rather an update on something significant that has happened. The main event here is an adjournment of a shareholder meeting that was originally scheduled. Normally this might not sound exciting, but the reason for the adjournment and what they plan to do next tells us a lot about the company's strategy. The board of directors decided to postpone a shareholder meeting. The official reason given is to allow for more time to gather proxy votes. Think of proxies as ballots that shareholders can cast if they cannot attend the meeting in person. This suggests that they might not have had the shareholder support they needed for a particular proposal, or they wanted more participation. Now, for the core of the matter, the big proposal that needed shareholder approval was to significantly increase the company's authorized share capital. This means they want to create a lot more shares. Specifically, they are asking to go from about 340 million ordinary shares to a massive 1 billion ordinary shares. They are also increasing the authorized capital in US dollars from 3.5 million to over 10 million. Why would a company want to do this? Well, it usually boils down to needing flexibility for future growth, acquisitions, or to raise more capital. The meeting has been rescheduled to the 25th of September of 2025. The crucial part is that they are reconvening the meeting. This indicates they are still pushing forward with the plan to dramatically increase the number of shares available. Let's talk about what this means for you as an investor. Increasing the number of authorized shares can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it gives the company options. They could use these new shares to buy another company, issue them as stock options to employees to attract talent, or sell them to raise money. If they decide to sell these new shares, it would likely lead to dilution. Dilution happens when the ownership percentage of existing shareholders decreases because more shares are issued. If you own 100 shares out of a million, you own 0.01%. If they issue another million shares and you still own 100, you now only own 0.005%. Your stake in the company's profits and assets is effectively cut in half. The fact that they are adjourning and needing more time to solicit proxies might suggest that shareholders are hesitant or perhaps have questions about this significant increase in share capital. It is a big jump from 340 million to 1 billion shares. Companies usually do this when they anticipate a need for significant capital or strategic maneuvers in the near future. For Bit Digital, this could be related to their business in digital assets and computing power, where rapid expansion or strategic investments are common. The board's resolution on the 17th of September was to formally approve this adjournment and the process to reconvene the meeting. This is a procedural step to ensure they legally manage the postponement and the subsequent shareholder vote. There are also several boxes to check on these forms, indicating if the filing is related to other types of communications, like those meant for advertising new securities or soliciting shareholder votes for specific purposes. In this case, none of these boxes are checked, meaning this filing is purely informational about the shareholder meeting's status. Ultimately, this filing is a heads up. Bit Digital is signaling that they are planning a significant expansion or financing activity that requires more shares. The delay in shareholder approval suggests that the company is being cautious and perhaps wants to ensure they have the necessary backing before finalizing this substantial increase in their share structure. Investors should pay close attention to the next steps and the details of exactly how they plan to use these newly authorized shares once approved. So, what is my take on all of this? Bit Digital Incorporated is clearly positioning itself for something big, evidenced by the aggressive push to increase authorized shares. This is a common strategy for companies looking to fuel growth through acquisitions or significant capital raises. The adjournment, however, signals a potential hurdle shareholder buy-in. It is not a red flag per se, but it does mean that either shareholders are wary of dilution, or the company wants to ensure a strong mandate for its future plans. The key for investors is to watch how these newly authorized shares are utilized. If they are used for strategic investments that promise strong returns, this could be a very positive move. If they are simply used to shore up the balance sheet without a clear growth plan, it could lead to value erosion for existing shareholders. The company's direction appears to be one of aggressive expansion, but the execution and shareholder sentiment around this expansion are still in flux. One clear risk is that if the market perceives this as simply a way to dilute existing shareholders without a commensurate increase in value, the stock price could suffer. However, the opportunity lies in the potential for strategic growth that this share flexibility enables. My conclusion is that Bit Digital is in a phase of seeking strategic flexibility for significant future actions. While the intention seems to be growth-oriented, the success will hinge on the company's ability to secure shareholder confidence and execute its plans effectively without excessive dilution. Alright, that is our breakdown of Bit Digital Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.